I always forget to grab something to drink. I don't know why it's such a bad habit. Oh, the kids are in trouble already. Yeah, it's a Sunday morning here, and hello. I hope everybody had, in America at least, had a good Thanksgiving, enjoyed themselves, and also to all my dear friends out there in other parts of the world. I just hope you had a good week and took some time to be thankful for your families and stuff like that. We have a frost advisory. When? Hold on. Now I gotta see this. Hold on. This thing. Frost advisory. When? Oh, Wednesday. There's a chance, right? In Florida, frost. That's the worst thing that we ever have to worry about is frost. I'm going to grab something to drink real quick because I've been running around feeding cows, chickens. As always, like I tell you, every Sunday I run to the store, get lottery tickets for my mother-in-law and the Sunday paper. Yes, it's fun being me on a Sunday. But there's a lot of things I want to talk about real quick. And final day, I don't use that. And some of the things that are coming up as we finish the year here finally. Bear with me for a second. Yes. The no sugar black cherry soda. Why don't they just call it seltzer? Because that's pretty much what it is. And I shouldn't even be drinking this. I'm not a big soda drinker, but when I stream, you just gotta have something because you just run your mouth the entire time. So yesterday, in the midst of everything, I wanted to go see down in Tampa. My boys were coming here. Okay, they come like once or twice a year, and I haven't seen a Maple Leaf game here in Florida ever. And I've been here 30 years. The last time I saw the Maple Leafs, they were playing my beloved, at the time, Hartford Whalers in the Hartford Civic Center. Okay? I think Doug Gilmour was playing for them. Jeez. I don't even remember. But it was a long time ago. So I wanted to go see the game. And I had said, you know something? They'll probably light up someplace or something. There'll be some holiday decorations. Maybe I can coerce my wife into going with me. All right? I'll put my sweater on, my Maple Leaf sweater. It was going to be cold yesterday, which, it was decent. It was in the 60s. For Floridians, that's cold. And I'm going to go see this game. Well, no. My son's mother-in-law decides that she wants to have family pictures done and makes it on the day that the Maple Leafs are in town. So you could tell right off the bat that I was not going to be a happy boy. All right, I was going to be pretty pissed. And I was. I go because all I wanted to do was go see the Maple Leafs, right? Nobody goes to Tampa to see the Lightning. But, I could have got tickets, gone in, had a great time. But no, I had to go take these stupid pictures, okay? Which I was already, taking pictures is not my thing, okay? When you have a face like a rock wall, you really don't want to be taking pictures of it. But like the trooper, I did it anyways. And it wasn't that bad. It was nice to see the kids and, my mother-in-law and everything like that. And everybody got together. And we took, we took the pictures and moved on, right? So my grandson, who is out of his mind, was kind of intolerable all day. So I brought him out here. And I said, well, kid, sit up on the table. Let's have a little talk. No, he's 3, like he's going to understand anything. He'll be 4 in January. So I go over on the other side there, and I find he really has a fascination with robots. So I find all these painted Battletech figures. And I said, oh, let me bring these over here on the table. So I bring them on the table, and he's looking. He goes, oh, my God, these are like the coolest things. I go, well, if you're really good and you take your pictures all right, we'll play some of this game. It's a game? I go, yeah, it's a game. They fight against each other. They do. So we're going to attempt to play Battletech today. And I think more Alpha Strike than Battletech. I mean, I can't see a 4-year-old crunching, heat and stuff like that. But it'd be a little interesting. I might film it. I don't know. Just let the kid play, It'd be kind of interesting. And, of course, his sister had to get involved, and because she can't do anything without him or, being the center of attention. So, got a big box the other day and didn't know who it was from. And sure enough, it happened to be from my friend Chris from Everything Epic Games. And I have to say, I'm going to be reviewing it. I wanted to show you this because if you were somebody that plays the 5th edition, Rob's World, good morning. How are you doing, Deplorable? If you're somebody that plays Dungeons and Dragons and you know all the drama with that and what's going on with it, well, if you have the 5th edition, well, you can get this system which plays within the 5th edition. And Chris goes on weekends and has these big events where you, oh God, I forgot what you call it. It's a role-playing thing. Is it GURP or not GURP? Oh God, hold on. I'm going to look in the book here because there's a big picture of him, which I got a kick out of because I love the guy. And, anytime I see him, it's always, he's running his business, right? But Chris Bartless holds these events on the weekend that he... And boy, I started reading this the other day, and I was like, oh, here we go. Is an epic universe. Does it say what he does? But he dresses up, and they run these giant events, and I'll tell you right now, I mean, there's some stuff going on here. But anyways, he has 2 different systems, I believe. I don't know if they're all in the same universe. I still am reading this, and I'm just fascinated with some of this stuff. But the first one is Dragon Thrones, okay? And Unleash Your Destiny with the Dragon Thrones Player Guide. And he sent me this massive... I mean, this is just a player's guide. And the attention to detail, the story behind it. If you are tired of playing regular Dungeons and Dragons, this is just something that's incredible. Sent these massive dice, coins. The kids got a kick out of the dice box here. Okay, which is beautiful. And then there's like, let me reach over here. There are so many maps and things like that. And the art is just ridiculous. So go to Everything Epic Games and check it out. I'm going to do... I mean, look at some of this art. Dear God. And then, I haven't even opened up the maps of the terrain. Okay, which is fantastic. And then, of course, being the champion that he is, he sent me some of the player sheets. Okay. So I'm going to make some copies of those. Some more of these maps of the whole thing. So it's a whole universe onto itself. And in this one here of Dragon Throne, you're going to get a... Let me... Hold on here. And I'm showing you this because, not because he sent it to me, but because I was really fascinated in it. And, well, I don't have the people to play Dungeons and Dragons. I was really intrigued by it. And I wonder how I can, use this with the million figures that I have. Shadows of the Dragon King. This is just one giant campaign in here. Okay? Which is ridiculous. And I started going through this. And how you would play this. And, I mean, the thought and everything that was put into this is just ridiculous. And he sent me 2 player guides for that. And then there's a player guide that comes in here, and then the Game Master's Guide to Cambria, which is the land, okay, of Dragon Throne, which is absolutely... I can never drink... I always wonder where people get this stuff. Like, there's Plague Lords in here, and there's... Jeez. The different types of armor. The Houses of the Elder. It's very well thought out, and the art in it is ridiculous. I'm going to show you some of it very quickly. But I really want to go through this and give you a fair assessment of it. Not only did he send that, but there is another Tanzania, which he had a Kickstarter for this about a year or 2 ago. And of course, in epic, everything epic fashion, it pretty much got done, as you expect, because he always comes through. But this player's guide is just for Tanzania. I mean, look at that, dude. Look at the art. Another universe. Jeez. Whoops. I mean, that's pretty filthy, if you ask me. And there's just so much to it, how you create and so forth and so on. And then the 5e conversion book, and there's a bestiary. There's a GM guide. I mean, this is just for a 5e conversion. Alright, so if you are a Dungeons and Dragons player, this is really something up your alley. I mean, there's a lot to read here. So I'm going to try to make this my last video of the, that I tape of the year. I've done a whole bunch of beautiful artwork with a serious Dark Sun campaign setting feel. Okay, yeah, I could see that. There's a lot more to it, though. You have to really take a look at it. And, when you get a 39-pound box in. I taped some videos last week. So these will be the last videos of the year. Swords and Sorcery, Powers and Perils, Kings and Things. A lot of older stuff I decided to do. Tank on Tank, which is a great game. We got in from GMT, Command and Colors Medieval Crusades, and Wolfpack. And then I'm going to do Tanzania and the Dragon Throne. And that will close out the year for videos. Okay? I'm going to take some time and reassess some stuff. Very, very, just really weird year. I mean, that's the best way to put it. Good year, weird year. I really just kept going and was very, very, very happy. This Wednesday, I will be live. I'm not doing any more auctions until January, but I wanted to throw a couple of boxes together and just put it out there because I got a couple boxes that I found that I was supposed to put in the last auction, And what I'm going to just do is I'm going to show you everything. Whoever wants to bid a price for it, bid it, and next Sunday we'll decide on who won it or whatever, and just get it out of here. So I'm going to do that, and it is filled. I didn't even realize it was filled with all new games. I had reviewed a bunch of games that you guys haven't seen most of the reviews yet, and it was just things that don't fit the channel. So now I'm just trying to turn it over quick. So I got a whole bunch of that stuff in one box, and another box just filled with all goodness that just doesn't fit. So we'll get those two out of here, and then I'm kind of just gonna shut it down. Maybe I'm off for like 3 weeks. So what I'm planning to do is in that time maybe do some live plays, if I can, if the system can facilitate it, and just do a couple things, and then just basically take a break. If I do a live play and then I have all the taped videos, because I got videos. Like I said, I'm off from the 10th to the 6th, I think, because I got to use the time. I just can't accumulate any more time, and we're going to use that. We're still waiting to hear on my one of my son's things, so it'd be a good time to take some time off and try to just help out a bit. And then in that time, kind of just take a deep breath. Like I said, March is the 10th year anniversary that I started really taping the channel, and I just like to finish strong, to be honest with you, and get to the 10th year, and just kind of see what we're going to do. If there's a place for us, great. If not, that's all right too. I've got I also have to film a couple things for somebody for a top secret project that you guys will see in January. When it comes out, I'll mention it. Some very dear friend asked me to do something for them, so I'm going to do it. And I'm kind of liking how things are shaping up. I've been going, I don't know about you guys, but some of the more newer games have not been blowing me out of the water. Some of them have, the Primals, the Aeon Odysseys, and things like that, and some Kickstarters coming up. Enormity looks really, really good. I love what GMT's doing, but for the most part, I'm kind of in a place where I just want to do some older stuff that reminds me of all the fun I used to have. My son came out here, and I was putting the stickers on Command and Colors, and he says, "Geez, Dad, remember when we used to play this all the time?" I go, "Yeah, it's a great system." I go, "We used to play Memoir 44, wouldn't that be fun to break that out again?" Of course, I play Warhammer Quest, Blood Bowl, all these old games, Space Hulk, Car Wars. And I just want to, whether people watch it or not, just kind of go backwards a bit, There are some things that I really want to venture into. Oh, excuse me. Drink soda, you start burping everything up. Apologize. But for the most part, I remember playing Merchants of Venus, okay, by myself on the kitchen table when we were at the old house, and we had just so much fun. Well, I had so much fun. I was playing the solo variant. Battlelore, the old Battlelore, not the newer one. Oh, they made a mockery of that. The old Battlelore was a lot of fun. You know, another thing that he did, Red Alert, the space version of it. I mean, that is a huge game, and I would love to maybe do that. Um, I'm looking at all the Command and Color stuff I have. Command and Colors Ancients, Napoleonics, Crusades. Just a lot of great stuff. And I was actually thinking of trying something different and maybe playing with the kids. Arcadia Quest. I just think they're too young for it. I think they're too young for a lot of things because their attention span is, that of a thimble. Even though my granddaughter and I would play Dungeon Quest because it's right over there, and she did pretty good with it. It's just I gotta separate the two of them to do it. It's kind of weird. I'm trying to get things organized too. Holy cow. What a pain in the neck trying to do that. But I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right with it. I've got I just was looking at this, Kings and Things. What a neat little game that was. Powers in Peril. That's how I basically learned calculus. Swords and Sorcery, another great game. I really want to start covering some older things. Oil Wars, which is another great game. And just kind of, stuff that you can still get on eBay fairly cheap before it goes insane at some point. I want to just give you a view of older things. Instead of paying $100 and something for a game that's a lot of fluff and pretty cardboard, you can get some of these old box games and get maybe even a better experience. Because, the problem with old games, is they have a tendency to, how can I put it? When they make a rule book, it is in this font, like it is, it's like a book. And you start reading it and your head starts to explode. I'm just starting. Oh, let me put my glasses on, Ryan. And how you doing, Ryan? Good to see you. There's something I gotta fix here real quick, guys. Hold on here. Just bear with me. Drives me crazy when I do dumb junk. Hold on. And then save it. There we go. Alright, so let me pull this back up. Okay, I'm just starting to get into games with my kids, and my older son does well, but my younger loses focus really quickly. There's a couple things, because we've done it too. When we go to a convention or something like that, and you commit to sitting to a table, and then somebody just drags something on as far as the explanation, or it doesn't catch us real quick, we're kind of like looking, oh God, can this be over? I mean, that's happened to me a lot of times. That's why I have a hard time sitting down at a table trying something new with somebody. Oh, come on, Rob, come on. Yeah, well, I'd rather tape and get all my work done instead of spend 4 hours with something I don't want to play, or find out I don't want to play. If it doesn't look interesting to me, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, of course, and say, no, this ain't for me, bro. But, it's the same thing with kids, only magnified. If it doesn't catch their eyes, they don't care. They're just like, okay, I'm like my grandson. He is insane. Okay. He has these magnetic building blocks, and he will build these towers that are just insane. I mean, I couldn't even design that stuff. The kid is like a mini architect and just builds all these buildings. And he could sit there for hours doing that. But you try to get him into something out here, if he isn't invested in it, okay, I'm going to go see mommy. Okay, go ahead. And, you know, that's that. Temperatures to rise. It's supposed to be cold for the next couple of days. Hold on. I'm going to tell you what it's going to be here in lovely Florida. Or my part of Florida. All right, today is going to be 65. Tomorrow, 64. Where are temperatures going to rise? Tuesday is going to be 60. 65. Then 72. Then 66, 72, 70. Okay, that'll be the 7th of December. Then 75, 75. That Tuesday will have rain. Not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. Now, this will change 19 times before we actually get to it. But they're saying I hope it's not a warm Christmas. Frost advisory. These are expected on Monday, December 2nd. Justice, that you?
No.
Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm looking for the step ladder.
The step ladder?
Yeah.
I'll help you with it. Just give me.
I don't need it. I don't need it for that.
Oh, okay. The Queen up to no good. Come on, Gab. Here we go. Go ahead. Go underneath. Hello, my princess. Hello, my princess. Go ahead. Go ahead. You gonna go lay down? Get on there. Get on there. Go ahead. No? I don't know what. There we go. That's my baby. That's my girl. That's my girl. Oh, I gotta move that bag. Okay. Now you're gonna get out? You don't want to be here? Oh, she opened the door. Let me close the door. Hold on. This is why nobody watches this channel. It's the professionalism here. You know, everybody else is all sitting there and smiling with their wives or girlfriends and going, go ahead, blink at the camera. And they all have this beautiful background. Me, I got dogs, kids, wives, farm animals. I leave. I get it. I get it, folks. I get it. But you know, even when I think there's something that would really interest them, their only fascination is dice. They will sit there and stack dice, roll dice, make houses with dice. You know, because I have like buckets and buckets. Yeah, I mean, if you're a game collector, you have buckets of dice, and just so many dice that, you know, all the different colors, different shapes. Even Chris sent these really big D20s. When the kids saw that, they sat here for like 20 minutes just playing with dice. They stacked the dice in the box. I'll show you. You know, because that's what they do. Oh, hold on here. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is what they did. They thought it was like the greatest thing on the face of the earth. Who's that? John Roger, my brother. Kind of warm here in Norway. Right now, it is 50 degrees or 10 Celsius. Not wintry, that's for sure. Well, it's coming. It's coming. You know it's coming. It's actually colder here in Florida. In the old 48 here. It's weird. Norway's beautiful too. If there are a couple places I could just finish out my existence, it'd be Norway, Denmark. I would like to live there and just finish out my days like a champion. Because the cold weather doesn't bother me. You know, I'm an old northern boy from the Northeast. God, stationed in Alaska for a while. Never bothered me. But the cold weather doesn't bother me. I actually prefer it. Like the time of year I really enjoy. I like to be out here because it's nice and cool. I can do my things. But hot weather, I'm getting used to it. But, you know, I'm just not a hot weather person. And I sure don't like hurricane season. Dear God. Sucks the life out of me. It really does. I mean, I was exhausted this year. You know, with all the storms that rolled through here. I think we all were exhausted. You know, it was just one of those years where, you know, the world kind of piled on everybody a little bit. Here we are in the last month. Can you believe it? It's December. I remember it was January last year. But I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to take a deep breath. This has been a very tough and challenging year. And I hear you. Very beautiful here. I have a small cabin in the mountains to escape to. So quiet and beautiful. I mean, that's what it's all about, my brother. You know, just being able to... You know, as a kid, I grew up by a mountain. And a dam, and we had a river, and, you know, it was a neighborhood, you know, like anybody else's, but, hey, Benz, how are you? Like anybody else, but, you know, we would just, I mean, we'd play in the forest, of course, watching out for copperheads. Hate those snakes. Fishing, just running around like a bunch of fools. We really were. And we didn't, you know, you didn't get full of ticks. You didn't this, that, and the other back then. You know, in the winter, sledding down the mountain, going over on the other side of the mountain, which was illegal because you had the forest rangers that it was government or state property. You weren't supposed to be there, but we didn't care. We'd venture over. There were all kinds of signs. You're trespassing. Yeah, we don't care. We're kids. We're gonna venture out. And then we didn't live too far from, they called it the pit, and that's where they had a bunch of fields where we would just go down in the middle of summer and just play, you know, whether it was baseball, kickball, basketball, you know, football, anything with a ball, we would play. You know, if they weren't running Little League and stuff like that. Soccer, we'd play until we were blue in the face. You know, just wasn't bad as a kid, you know. We were outside more. But boy, when that cold weather came, that's when, you know, we were playing Panzer Leader. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. So unprofessional. But I'm okay with it. Skirmish, the American Heritage Milton Bradley game. I'm looking right at it. Broadsides, Midway. Oh, God, we would play. We would just play and play and play. You know, whatever board game we could find. We always had a fascination with anything war or competition. And, of course, the kid I used to hang around with, but I wouldn't call him a friend, because people, when they grow up with kids, they didn't want you to see, they didn't root for you to fail, and people were always jealous of me because I could do things better than most people. I pick up a ball. Oh, how do we do this? I was playing it within 10, 15 minutes, and I was very good at it. There were certain things I was great at. And, jealousy is a horrible thing, and that's what would happen. And this kid, all I wanted to do was be his friend. And, we only lived a couple houses from each other, and we hung out because there's nobody else around. But he always kind of wished for me to fail at things, instead of being a true friend and rooting for your best friend, and I wanted him to be my best friend, but that just wasn't the way it was going to be in life. It was the same thing with my stupid brother. Second, he was the second born, so he always felt, he had something to prove. So even, when you tried to do things with him, it was always this weird thing. And the point I was trying to get is that whenever we would play some of these games, they would change the rules so they could win. And I was like, I don't care. I didn't care if I won or lost. I just wanted to play something and have some fun. It's really not rocket science. Things are meant to be played. I mean, of course you want to win, but when they're sitting there and, we used to have this thing in our backyard, and it was like a ramp. And if you stood it up, of course, you had like a backdrop. And we would paint a square. Okay? And that would be the strike zone. Okay? For those of you that, don't understand, you have to throw the ball in the strike zone. And if you don't, it's a ball, baseball type of rules. And we would play with a tennis ball. And, of course, it would be me against my brother and this particular kid. And I could throw the ball right down the middle and hit the strike zone. And they would go, ball. I go, that was a strike. I threw it right down the middle. Or you would throw it and they would swing and miss. And they go, no, it tipped. I tipped it. You didn't tip it. You missed it by a mile. I'd just be like, whatever. I just want to play the game. It wasn't easy growing up. You always wish that you had that, like you see in the movies and stuff like that, that one true friend of yours that you would grow up with and, would always be there, and you go through high school together and things like that. And, I never had that. I was pretty much a kid that stayed to himself for the most part. Because after a while, you get tired of that malarkey. I think we've all been through that in some, in some instance or some form of it, But, I try to be more active with my grandkids and stuff like that. And, of course, those two want to kill each other. But brother and sister, what do you expect? But, my grandfather, I never met my grandfather on my father's side. I mean, my mother's side. He died at a young age. He fell off a ladder or something like that. He was a painter. He was big. My mom always would tell me, he goes, he would have really liked you because he loved baseball. And for me, baseball, it was like the easiest thing. I actually got bored of it. I've never been a big baseball fan. But I mean, I watch it occasionally and stuff like that. But I wasn't somebody that lived and breathed and died it. I played softball, won everything, and then I kind of went, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go do something else. Now, at 60 something, I'm playing racquetball. Why? Because it's just another thing to conquer. And this guy that's been showing me the game and teaching the game to me, the different things of playing doubles. There's a lot of little rules and stuff like that. Is like probably one of the best guys in the area. I mean, he's like in his 70s and he's like ridiculous. And just in the couple of months I've been playing, he's like, you're getting really good. I go, thanks, I appreciate that, And I like it because it's something I haven't conquered. And I wonder how you guys, do you guys do the same thing where you kind of just, play things or do certain things and, you want to conquer it, whether it's a board game or whatever. I find I do that with board games too, and then I kind of lose interest with it. I haven't played Blood Bowl in a while. I'm really good at Blood Bowl. There's a Blood Bowl channel. The guy's really, really good. Oh, he does such a great job. And all he does is Blood Bowl. And I would love to just have, if I had to start things over again, which I won't, maybe just have a channel just all Warhammer Quest all the time. That would have been fun. Of course, you would who would watch? How much Warhammer Quest could you watch? At least Blood Bowl, there's different tournaments, there's Dungeon Bowl, there's this, there's that. I don't know. Maybe just a wargaming channel where you just play. You take one of those massive war games like Pacific War, lay it out. Take you like 5 years to finish it. Just start it from beginning to end. Tape every turn. Tape every movement. Then when you're done with that, you move on to another game. You would never you would never ever run out of stuff. That's the chair. I thought somebody was whining. Thought it was Gabby. That would have been cool. But I got enough stuff here to cover. Just the old stuff. I'm playing, I'm looking at Starfleet battles, thinking of maybe, why don't I break that out? Talk a little bit about that. Run a few turns of that. Show you how to do that. Zaya, which is a game I love. I've done a few times. I want to do some more Space Hulk. Car Wars. Arkham Horror. My boy Richard Launius. Just looking at all this stuff. The one game that my granddaughter really loves? Return to Dark Tower. They are so fascinated with that stupid tower thing. I wonder if I should just do something with them with that. I think they get bored after a while. Bard Song. Stars of Icaros. I don't know why I hold on to that game. The kid that made it is a jerk. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm just looking, and there's so many things I don't want to get rid of that I'm just going to kind of figure out. I've got to just downsize it a little bit more. What are you gonna do? So what do we got? We're at 44 minutes. Okay, and it is 8:49. I have to run to the dump. Yep, it's that day. All the garbage got to go, so throw it in the truck and get going, right? So we got a few things going on. I'm gonna come live when I'm off. I'll probably be doing some nice morning streams, which would be nice. I'll have things set up the night before. Maybe just do some quick things or stuff like that. Early morning, just playthroughs. I think that'd be fun. Some older games. And just do some easy things during the holidays to coincide with all the taping I've done. I did I've never done a video like this in my life. The worst games of 2024, because I don't think this was a great year. And then I did the best games of 2024, which there were some really good games out there. And then I did my top 10 of all time instead of doing like 50 for 2024. And then I got one other thing. I was going to do my top dungeon crawls of all time, the 2024 edition, but you know what number 1 is. I mean, are you really interested in seeing something like that? I don't think so. I was thinking of doing maybe my top space games of all time. Nah. Trying to think what else. It's just so much stuff. So many things. And as I have been cleaning things out, like I should maybe I do the top games of the 80s that I really liked, or 70s, since I predate myself all the way back then. I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting. 90s? No, that'd be boring. I'd have to research. I'd have to go through this thing and make sure I had the dates right. Knowing my luck, I'd say a game's from the 80s and it's from like 2010 or something like that. What can I tell you? Starship Troopers, great game. I'm looking right at that one. I have a lot of old stuff. War at Sea. Another game that is forgotten about. Stratomatic. This, Stratomatic, that. I gotta get all my Undaunted stuff together. I have to get all my Massive Darkness stuff together and try to keep it in one area. There's a lot of tweaking I gotta do. Oh, that's gotta go. Onslaught. I can care less about that. That's going. Dilated Beholder. Hi, Rob. Are you still playing Kingdom Death these days? I haven't played it this year at all. I like the game. I find it sometimes hard to get to the table. Now, I got the chest and everything like that, and I was actually thinking of getting rid of it. Because if you're not playing it, what's the point? It's just a hard game for me to get to the table at times. There's been so many tweaks and this, that, the other. And every time I start off with the lion. I said, okay, I'm going to work my way all the way to this. And I just never get there. And, maybe I should. This year, something, maybe take a new direction with the channel. In 2025. And this is some of the things I'm going to think about going into the end of the year. Do I want to do something where I take a game and just play it through? I mean, the funny thing is when you do a video of a game and then you do it in parts. the first part may do very well, and then the second part does a little less, and then the third part does even a little less, and then the fourth part does even less than that, until people don't have any interest in it. And I wonder, should I not give two shits? I mean, that's not a bad thing. Just kind of go, okay, doesn't matter. Or just really take some of these certain games and just play them, finish some things and say, okay, I feel good about this. Let me move on to something else. All right, I'm going to take this out and go bing, 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 bing. Okay, I feel good about this. And document it video-wise. I mean, don't get me wrong, I play a lot of things behind the scenes because I just don't feel like taping. And then if I get something wrong, you're not being crucified. You're just having fun, and that's pretty much what it is. You should just have fun. But, maybe that's something different. Or when you get a new game in, if somebody great like Simon sends something in, get it to the table, play it, tape it, and just give you guys a really good feel for it, when you say it, it's hard because you end up doing spoilers. But on something that, has a lot of replayability and stuff like that, that might be good. It might help a lot of people. If you're going to spend $150 for a game that really should only cost you $60, you want to make sure that people have the right information. Do the right thing for everybody. That's a good point. Well done, Dilated, my brother. Yeah, so, feeling out a lot of different things and doing a lot of different things. And like I said, like this Tislandia and the Dragon Throne, I really want to read through it. So when I present it to you, you guys have a good idea what's going on here in the universe. And, and please go to Everything Epic Games. Check it out. It doesn't hurt to look. Very unique. And Chris is really great at role-playing stuff. Like I said, he holds these events, and a lot of people come, and they rent out these places, and they have these live-action RPG things that are just ridiculous. And they invented this universe, and God bless them. They put it all in book form, and like I said. This is Dragon Throne. This is Tislandia. Oh, too tired to lift stuff. I mean, just to write these 2 volumes. And look, my microphone's in the way. Just to write these 2 volumes of things, I just couldn't do it. I just don't have the It's not that I don't have the imagination. I just don't have the power to write all this stuff and come up with a universe like this. It's just amazing, and it's just a credit to all the things that Chris and Everything Epic Games does, and how well he does things. Just a brilliant mind. And he just moved here to Florida. As a matter of fact, I gotta call him tomorrow. I just, we talked very briefly. And maybe I get him up here. Or maybe I'll go see him. There's no room for anybody here. Not here. This is a one-man show. One-man show. And 2 grandkids. All right. I think that about sizes everything up. A lot of really neat stuff that you're going to be seeing in the next couple of weeks to finish out the year. And some surprises that you guys don't know about that I've got for you. So I hope you will like and subscribe. I don't go into a whole thing. I just ask. And if you do, you do. If you don't, I understand. But we got a lot of neat things. I will see you guys Wednesday live. Probably be about 4 o'clock. Around 4 o'clock on Wednesday. We're going to have some really neat things that we're going to be going over and talking about. And double live stream. Why not, right? And we're just going to have some fun the rest of the year. Enjoy ourselves as we head into the 10th anniversary of this silly channel. March 30th. Yep. It was the first time I started working on it, and it was with the Dice Tower and everything. And oh no, I wasn't with the Dice Tower till I want to say August. Yes, it was August. It's when I started taking things seriously. So there you go. All right. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. It is Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Those of you that are working, I'm sorry, but I hope you have a great day. And as always, my dear friends, I hope you have a blessed weekend. I love you all. And until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody. This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.